Today for Safari Week, we're going to be making a safari-inspired necklace. And so this is not that complicated. Let me go ahead and go over the supply list. The first thing you'll need is a washer, and you'll need any size washer will work. This is just the size I have. You also need some charms. That's optional. Also, you need some animal print. Okay, safari-inspired animal print. You'll need some Mod Podge, which is basically just kind of like soupy glue, and you can actually make your own. There's plenty of sites you can go to on the internet show you how to make it. You need some nylon thread, and I'm using ribbon. And then you also need some scissors. Okay, the first thing you want to do is to lay your washer on your scrapbook paper, and you want to trace it, or you can cut it out if you got an X-Acto knife or something like that. But you want to trace the outside of it, and then you want to trace the inside of it, and you want to cut it out. Now the tricky part is probably I know it's hard to see, but is the inside circle, and what you may want to use for that one is that little hole punch would be good. Okay, once you get the print cut out, the next thing you'll do is you'll take the Mod Podge and you'll actually paint a layer of it on top of the washer. And again, Mod Podge is just kind of like glue with water mixed in with it, kind of like thinner looking glue. But all you do is you just take a layer and you paint it on top of the washer. Then what you need to do is, after you're painting the washer with the Mod Podge, you need to take the paper and you need to cover it with a layer of Mod Podge also. Now, when you're using the Mod Podge, it's really easy to put it on too thick. And my wife, who is the craft person, who I seek for advice on a lot of this stuff, she just told me to thin it out a little bit. So you can see here I kind of thinned it out a little bit. Then what you need to do is, after you get it on there, you need to stick the paper on the washer. Just line it up, the best you can. And you need to let it dry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it dry, which takes a little while. So, and then we'll move on to our next step. Okay, so I'm going to set it there and let it dry for a little bit. Now, once you let it dry for a little bit, what you need to do is go ahead and put, again, a really thin layer of Mod Podge on top of I'm kind of thinning it out as I go. So just a really thin layer of Mod Podge on top of the washer. And then after this, you'll have to probably let it dry for about 60 minutes. It takes a little bit. Now, while the Mod Podge is drying, you can go ahead and cut your length of nylon cord. And you can cut it whatever length you want to. And then what you'll want to do is go ahead and tie the ends of it into a knot. And once you get the knot tied and everything dried and the Mod Podge is dried, it'll end up looking, I'm going to show you a completed one. It'll end up looking something like this. It's got kind of a matte looking finish on where you put the Mod Podge on. And so you just tie the knot, and then you tie the charm around it too, just a simple knot right there. And then, or the washer. And then this is optional, but this one actually has a heart charm on it also. And then you're finished. That's the end of the safari inspired necklace. So hopefully you enjoyed this project, okay, for Safari Theme Week.